Hey folks, Dude here, coming to you, another iteration of, Dude After Dark, and flag up because we had our Independence Day. So, I'm actually blocking the flag on the Facebook side. So anyway, right there, you guys can see it. All right, so anyway, we are now post days of the grand scheme of things, almost 250 years under the bridge, as it were, and things are they're here. Patron Fever, appreciate you coming on by, dude. So like I said, I'm currently shooting video with my smartphone, and I'll be posting that video up on Facebook after the fact. So you'll have a little bit of a different angle thing going on, and might actually be better quality. Who knows? I mean, but anyway, so now we really have things looking decidedly maybe a little stranger than normal because I have my main camera here. I got the smartphone here, and then I have my laptop way over, 90 degrees out, as it were, 60 degrees out. So anyway, looking at things as it were, I'm going to have to scroll down and really pull down things because I'm back on Facebook, so I'm posting stuff on Facebook, but I'm also posting a lot of smart ass, snarky little memes that really don't translate. But you know what? I'm still going to post stuff like that up because that's just how I roll, okay? Especially when I have opportunity to post those things up and I don't get called on it. Most especially on Gab. Gab is really, really good in that regard. I could put anything on Gab that I want, and I don't get banned, shadow banned. Nobody says jack squat to me. I can pretty much say anything I really, truly wish to say, and nobody's going to call me on it, so it's all good in the hood, as it were. All right, so anyway, let me scroll. Okay, we are now looking at the new week, and there we go. All right, so I'm now looking at stuff right there. Let me jump over to the Facebook side. You see how to scroll down in the Gab profile, which is actually really easy. It's actually better than Facebook. But let me scroll and get myself lined up so I now can say and post those things and come up with stuff in the proper time. See, the problem is I went out with Mrs. Dude and we grabbed a quick bite to eat, and literally I was running home pell-mell to get everything all squared away, set up, and done in the shape and status of which I would like to have everything done. Hang on one second here. Yeah, Mr. Milo had to get a correction because he was pestering Orange. Anyway, let's see. Patriot Viewer says, working on a MacBook so I can start shooting again. Okay, cool. 5x5, but driving at the moment. Well, that's cool too. Wait a minute, you're watching me on your smartphone? Okay, sure, why not? Wait, what the hell? I don't know if you caught this, amazingly stupid faux pas from Joe Kaka, but Joe Kaka really, truly is pushing it. And I mean, he's pushing it in such a way that really he's pissing people off in ways that they really never should. And I'm not an iPhone fan, but whatever. As long as it works, that's the main thing. I'm more of an Android fan than anything. So Patriot Viewer says he's rocking the iPhone and watching me live, I guess, on the interwebs, as it were. So anyway, going into the field of fire as it is, we have, of course, speaking about, oh my word, it's just, how can you say other than just call the guy his name? We're talking about President, yeah, because there's no other way saying it other than to simply say, we're speaking about Joe. And he truly is a pile of, really. We're talking voluminous quantities of, just piles and piles of. We're talking about him, okay? Anyway, so looking at things in the length, depth, and breadth in which we find ourselves, I don't know if you guys caught this one or not, but supposedly Joe Kaka said something to the effect of, hey, you Patriot guys, you really can't, you don't have a leg to stand on because we got nukes and F-15s and all you got is AR-15s. Well, apparently Joe, sound guy, Joe. Yeah, him. Anyway, said that, and apparently he's speaking out of his, how do I say this without saying this? He's talking out his, no, it's going to be better than that. Come on, man. There's a better one than that, okay? He's talking out of his, yeah, I'll take that one. Yeah, he's talking out of his, yeah. Because every time Joe Kaka, not Joe Fart, Joe Kaka. Joe Kaka. Stop. Anyway, so Joe Kaka is going on about all this, we have the government forces of which to rectify the situation if you guys get uppity and try to, basically switch things up and have a new paradigm take place and you guys decide that we will fix things and you won't be able to stop us and government rule and all. Okay. The biggest problem I have with any of this stuff is elected officials are not our rulers. They are our employees. Elected officials are representatives because we are a representative republic. We are not a democracy. We are a representative republic who elects people that then represents us in the federal government in auspices of which they have their sphere of influence. Okay? So, Joe Kaka, first off, you're not a domineering ruler. Second off, you've been there way too long because you're old. Way too old. And the other thing is also, Joe, you might want to really take a lesson in history where the Russians got their asses whipped by a bunch of hill guys, read rednecks in Afghanistan, trading rounds with them with 50 to 90-year-old British bolt action rifles. Now, Joe, in your heart of hearts, you might have somebody to just go, Joe, reality check, Joe, reality check, Joe. There's 70 million plus gun owners in the United States, comprising a population of over 400 million firearms. Now, let's break this down real stupid, simple, and easy here, okay? Joe, reality check, like I'm smacking you in the face. I'm smacking you in the face for a reality check. The comprised population of 3 good states of deer hunters is larger than the standing Army, Navy, Marine Corps, Air Force, Coast Guard, and the Merchant Marines in total. You have way more people who think it's fun to tie themselves up in a tree and maybe get one shot. And if they don't get the one shot, they still consider it a good day spent. So, Joe, reality check, you bitch-ass motherfather. You have no idea of what you are about to do by letting that genie out of the bottle. And I think I maybe screwed up major because I don't think I plugged in the microphone for Facebook. That's okay. I can strip the audio out of the the YouTube side and make that one work. But oh man, oopsie. Hopefully that one's working now. Sorry, Facebook guys. If I have an issue with the audio, I'll just strip the audio out of the YouTube side and feed it to you guys. I'll make it work. Okay, don't worry about that one. It'll happen. Anyway, so Joe Kaka talking out of his Joe Kaka talking out of his talking out of his exactly talking out of his fart. And truly, he has no idea of what he is asking for when he lets the genie out of the bottle that really, truly intrudes upon his sphere of influence and says, hey, Joe, we're about to rip you a new one, buddy.
Fatality.
As if you're not going to ready to just fall over dead first off. He's not in the best of health, folks. And I got some videos I could play, but they're all over the internet. You know, you can find videos right now of Joe going, and when you hear the transmission grinding where, he's like, and then I said this, it's, yeah, I don't know, man. I really, truly wish I could come up with something to say here, but
I'm trying to think, but nothing happens.
Pretty much. So anyway, you now have Joe Kaka. It's something clicks and he ain't doing it.
He's dead, Jeff.
Not yet, but he might be brain dead. Okay. Oh wow, man. Oh man. Your bow is thirsty. Yeah, that's the other thing too. Is also that old technology that used to take down the knights of days long ago. This stuff still works, man. It's not like it's new technology to put a bolt from a crossbow or a arrow from a bow into a live target, drop it down, and go, "You're mine." Because you're my bitch. Anyway, so Joe Kaka talking out of his ass again. I don't know if you guys saw this story or not, but this is it's pretty much just par for the course for California. Supposedly, there is now a major freak out because what's going on is the Hoover Dam Reservoir at Lake Mead has sunk down to majorly low levels, the lake's depths and breadth of which California's never really seen before. So right now, California is in a major freak out going, oh no, we're out of water. You do realize they have one of the longest coastlines in the United States, correct? Well, parts of Australia, they get most of their water from the ocean because, oh yeah, they're surrounded by the ocean. And, oh yeah, the Israelis use a lot of it too because they simply just do desalination. So literally you're pulling water out of the ocean, yanking the salt out, throwing that twice bright, yummy, extra salty brine back to the ocean, pulling in more fresh seawater in an endless process therein where you have unlimited water supplies. 70% of the planet is water. There's no reason in the world why you shouldn't be pulling the ocean water out, popping out the salt, and going, it's not the best tasting water, but guess what? It's water. So when you have like reverse osmosis technology and you simply can just pull water in, yank the salt out, turn the brine back overboard, and use that water, you have no excuse for saying, yep, we got drought situations in California. If California was smart, which they really aren't, they would simply not be relying on the Colorado River. They would not be relying on the Hoover Dam as one of the main sources of all their water. So it could be said that pretty much California, they dug themselves into this. And then the other thing, too, is also I've heard, and it's been made known to me, that they take a lot of fresh water and they put it back into the ocean because, well, it's better for the planet if we turn that water back over. Doesn't make a whole hell of a lot of sense when you guys had plenty of water to start with. You guys had plenty of water to utilize. And now all of a sudden you're realizing because, well, there actually happens to be a low water situation. Your lives are completely placed in turmoil by your own bad decisions. Oh, my stars and garters, California, you guys, if you have the good choice and the stupid choice, you'll take the stupid choice every trip of the train. Oh man. Yeah, Patriot Fever in the room says, could you imagine if Trump ran for a House seat, won the speakership, and then led the Biden impeachment? Well, okay, if the Republicans were smart, what they need to do is they need to start hitting the Democrats exactly the way the Democrats did to them. Anytime Biden, hang on a second, let me get the appropriate sound effect here. Every time Biden walks out and accidentally, just, hey, he's polluting. Impeach him. Every time he basically does anything that's slightly just, well, I don't know about dookie, but anything that's just, anything that's just beyond the pale, impeach him. Make it so the Democrats are so sickened by you impeaching their guy time and time and time and time again that you render the process into being something not worth the paper it's written on. Because anybody could see those two happenstances where they tried to hang Trump up to dry by impeaching him for pretty much just, if even you could say it was that. It is beyond the pale, and really, you need to cheapen the impeachment, and you need to start using those tools that they used against you, against them. Needs to have happen. Let's see here. Let me go. Oh, I don't know if you guys heard about this one, but Camel Toe's got a little problem here, and I'm talking about Horizontal Harris, the VP. Oh, my stars and garters. Holy crap. Supposedly what it is, this is coming in from the Gateway Pundit. Kamala Harris's staff are anonymously leaking to the media and revealing her office is an abusive environment, a place where people feel treated like, people feel like they're treated like, they feel like they're treated like, or, they feel like they're treated like, just, they feel like they're treated like dookie. So they're hemorrhaging staff right now. People are bailing out. They're not dealing with the crap. They're getting out of Dodge. And like I said, again, Facebook, guys, I'll get the sound corrected. Don't even worry about that one. I tried to do everything too fast. And I kind of lost a step, but oh well. Anyway, so this one is written by Christina Layla. And that was posted up on June 30. And it says, Kamala Harris' staffers are leaking to the media and revealing just how horrific it is to work for the most hated VP in modern U.S. history. How nice is that? Imagine what a nightmare it is to work for Kamala Harris. Last Friday, Kamala Harris's director and deputy director of quote-unquote advance resigned while Harris was in El Paso, Texas. Oh my I don't even want to be in town when you're here, biatch. I'm out of here. Wow. Harris's impromptu and forced trip to El Paso blindsided her staffers and sent them into a panic, texting each other nonstop about political fallout the trip would cause. Yeah, because you didn't go to the right border, you stupid. I really want to curse here. Okay, hang on. I got this, okay? I got this, sound guy. You stupid. No, that's not the one I wanted, sound guy. No, I was going to say that she was just a stupid. Well, could also say that she was a, I'm
juggling thunder.
That's the one I wanted. That's, that you supplanted me with the meows, but that's the one I wanted. She was a...
I'm juggling thunder.
Complete. Biatch. Anyway, the chaos surrounding Harris's trip to El Paso is just the tip of the iceberg, and Harris's disgruntled staffers are airing their grievances anonymously to Politico. Oh, wow. That is never do it in the political arena type stuff. Never do you have the staff going, hey, I'm going to basically tell everybody how bad it is, because every time that she comes in the room, every time, just... she just And of course, they're so happy to see her. They just completely have to let her know that they are just so happy to see her.
You cock juggling thunder.
They're so happy to see her. Oh, man. Harrison Stafford described a dysfunctional environment where people are, quote, thrown under the bus from the very top, end quote. Translation, that's going to be, horizontal Harris screwing them over. Yeah. She gets a hold of them and is like, you know what? No, I don't like what they did, so I'm going to make them. Okay. No, sound guy. No. When she gets a hold of them, it's more like not even foreplay, but just. No. It's not that nice, okay? When she comes in the room and she jacks with him, it's big time. And there is no
Snoo.
No, there's no snoo. There is no snoo. It is just hardcore dry. Just just
Come on, squeal.
yeah, that's exact. Ned Beatty, rest in peace, sir. But that scene, oh my word! No, that is not death by snoo. No, that is not. No, that is hard won, bent over the log, toothless redneck in the woods. Whee! Yeah, that's what you're getting with her. Wow. Said Tina Flournoy, Harris's chief of staff, quote unquote, and longtime Clinton fixture. She'd know biatches. Trust me, Hillary is a queen biatch. Was singled out as a main source of abuse, but staffers also blame Kamala Harris. Wow, you cannot win working for Kamala. You just can't. Wow. In interviews, 22 current and former Vice President aides, administrative officials, and associates of Harris and Biden describe a tense and at times dour office atmosphere. Aides and allies said Flournoy, in an apparent effort to protect Harris, had instead created an insular environment where ideas are ignored or met with harsh dismissals and decisions are dragged out. Often, they said, she refused to take responsibility for delicate issues and blamed staffers for negative results that ensue. God, how does that not sound like something Democrats do? Well, we got to blame the Republicans. The Republicans are the problem because we've been in control for like the last 70 years in these countries and these areas and blah, blah, blah. And all we do is we try to help people, but it's the Republicans stopping us from being able to make the final steps to make the best things out. It's absolutely just psychotic. There's no other way to describe it. It's absolutely psychotic to say that the way the Democrats posit themselves as the fix to everything, but they are so incompetent, they break the process open and fill it full of dookie. Wow. Much of the ire is aimed at Harris's chief. Two administration officials said the VP herself bears responsibility for the way her office is run. It all starts at the top, said one of the administrative officials, who, like others, requested anonymity to be able to speak candidly about a sensitive matter. No, dude, you're getting not even death by snoo. You are getting fudge packed. Like, you think dude's just gonna go, okay, I'm just gonna give a little just a little monkey, there's a little monkey, and then you get your whole freaking arm up, and then they're using you like a hand puppet. That's how those guys are getting treated. They're getting fisted with both fists. But you signed on with a loser. You signed on with the Democrats. You signed on and you're gutting it out and you're dealing with their Bravo Sierra, read like Barbara Streisand. You're dealing with their Barbara Streisand, their Bravo Sierra, and you're living it up in the White House, working for a bunch of, I really want to curse here, blanking assholes. So, who do you blame for all these issues? Well, it could be said that you could blame the administration. It could be said that you could blame yourselves for working there. Or it could be said that you could blame those people who decided to insert rectally these hemorrhoids upon the United States and the world stage, knowing they were utter incompetence. Now, that 17% of the people that go, well, I really didn't know what Joe Biden was like because the news media wasn't completely honest. No, you have nobody to blame but yourselves. You could have said, hey, I'll gut it out. I'll see what it's like on, listening to Fox News, or I'll go with second source of information, or you know what? Potentially, I'll ask a Republican. I'll bite my lip in the process, but I'll ask a Republican what his opinions are on these things. And then when I'm curious about their opinions, I'll do some research. Instead, no, you 17% blanking assholes voted for the Democrats, now going, well, if I knew more about Joe Biden, I would have voted for him. No, you voted for him blithely ignorant, and you were content in your ignorance. You've got nobody to blame but yourselves now that you're watching your job start to go away, your money become more irrelevant, all your savings and all your expenses now are going through the roof and going down in the process. You put utter incompetence, who are professional politicians, in to fix a problem that they already had made. You have nobody to blame but yourselves. So don't even try this. Well, the Republicans are part of the problem too. Don't even go there. Let's see here. Dysfunction of VP ranks threatens to complicate the White House's carefully crafted image. Oh my God! As a place staffed with a close-knit group of professionals working in concert to advance the president's agenda. Okay, I have never seen anybody posit that notion as a reflection or an echo. Wow. Talk about dysfunction. Complicate the White House's carefully crafted image as a place staffed by a close-knit group of professionals working in concert to advance the president's agenda. Man, there is so much. I really want to curse here, but there is so much dookie on that pile of excrement that it's about higher than the White House in pile form. Holy crap. Oh, I love this part. Many Harris staffers are currently looking for other employment opportunities, according to aides who spoke to Politico. No kidding. Kamala Harris had the same problem with a leaky, backstabbing staff as her presidential campaign imploded. Do you think maybe it's the person that you're backing? Maybe the person that you're working for? Oh, and maybe the consistent results of backing a total douchebag? Wow. Talk about just, I mean, they've said that, that liberalism, it's Michael Savage's line, but he says liberalism is a mental disorder. And I really don't like Michael Savage, but you know what? Even a stopped clock is right twice a day. Liberalism is a mental disorder. Let's pause at that notion for a second. I think he's pretty much on point. I really would say certifiably he is on point with that notion of saying these guys are pretty much not all there, and they are so insecure in the way that they do things and so regimented in their mental disorder that they have to go to the wrong way every single time. Holy crap. I'm going to have a palate cleanser here, okay? I really need to just stop looking at the White House and all those assholes currently inhabiting, that chamber of government, because they're not in the White House, okay? Joe Kaka hasn't been in the White House since he was put in office. Okay, the lights have been out. There's nobody there. There's nobody in the White House. Okay, there's still fences around the Capitol building. All that stuff looks jacked up in DC. It's been well documented, okay? Don't even worry about that. But anyway, this one is dating from June 29. This is slam dunk. Don't even freaking try it from the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court has ruled that certain immigrants can be held indefinitely. The decision infuriated many Democrats online. Yeah, deal with it. The Supreme Court issued a decision that says the United States government can indefinitely detain some migrants who claim they will face torture or persecution if they return home to their home nations. Now, I think I touched on this a little bit last week, but the way that it's supposed to work is you leave your country, you go to the next country, and that's where you seek sanctuary. You don't go 3 places up and go, hey, here's Mexico, let's go through Mexico. And then, oh, we're in the United States now, that's cool. Okay. Yes, I did see that, Patriot Fever. He said in the room that there's a judge that ordered Epstein's ex-girlfriend, now ex-girlfriend, because, Epstein, who didn't kill himself, has to turn over the documents implicating the Clintons. It's going to be nice when it happens, but, I don't put much truck in it. I don't know if you guys saw this one or not, but supposedly there was a speech that Joe Kaka was doing, and he's just looking at the camera and goes, doing. What am I doing here? He needs a cognitive test. He truly, truly does. I don't know if you guys caught up with this one, but a total S-hit bird. Gwen Berry, a hammer throw. Really. She's a blank juggling.
You caught juggling thunder.
Yeah, that biatch. Gwen Berry, there's a lot of Republicans now who are making the positive notion that probably she should be removed from the Olympic team over her little snarky protest. Oh, they told me they weren't going to play the anthem. I don't want to have to listen to the anthem. That bitch needs to go home. That's all there is to it. They need to take her off the team. And if I was one of the Japanese guys running the place, I'd be like, you know what? No. That's the kind of behavior that we don't allow here. No matter what your country says, no matter what all these other guys say, we don't allow it here. You are now getting your visa removed, and you can go home. Gwen Berry, that skanky little Pop-Tart looking face thing. I mean, she basically does like this kind of weird Star Wars lipstick thing where she basically says, look at my face. I'm so amazing. You have to look at me. It's like, all right, you're kind of a black chick, but I'm not seeing it. I'm sorry. There's nothing really like great about you. I'm sorry, that you have this arrogant notion that you think this nation's so horrible, even though you have better chances to do pretty amazing stuff like, like compete in the Olympics. Try to do that in an African nation. You blank, see you in Toledo. Blanking, see you in Toledo. Wow, what an utter blanking see you in Toledo. Supposedly, the court case against Donald Trump personally cannot proceed, so they're going after his business. The lawyers are like, yeah, whatever, go for it. Let's see, scroll. I don't know if you guys caught up with this or not, but supposedly there was some kind of legal gamesmanship that took place, and supposedly Bill Cosby gave statements under the immunity that he wasn't going to be charged with any additional crimes if he admitted to blank and blank and blank and blank and blank. Well, they then said, hey, here's a good chance to bone him, and they charged him under those cases. So if you say, hey, if I do this and you give me immunity, I'll tell you the whole story, and then you basically charge the person with the crimes, guess what? They get out of jail, just like Bill Cosby did after 3 years. He served 3 years, which is not nearly long enough, but his old ass ain't going to be doing anything anytime soon, so he ain't going to be putting anything in anybody's jello. Patriot Fever, didn't the samurai have a creed about dishonor? Yes, they did. If you were dishonorable, they would just lop you in two right then and there. They would not even stand for it. The problem is modern Japan does not run under Bushido, but there is a sense of Japaneseness where you maintain yourself with a matter of decorum. You basically, it's like you're working for the was it Kaibatsu or Raibatsu or something like that. It basically, it's like the company that you work for. You're seen as not applying yourself if you're taking the vacation time. You get X amount of days per year of vacation time. But if you take vacation time, you're seeing as not being one of the team. So that's not good. The other thing too is also you could be in the office sleeping at your desk, but they're like, Ishikiro is here. That is so good for the team. Even though he's doing nothing, he's at his desk asleep. They're like, yes, he must be thinking of a better way to apply company policies. He must be thinking of a better way to make the team advance. He is a good member of the team. So the other thing too is also, these guys put in the salarymen. The salarymen put in an insane amount of hours for work. As a matter of fact, obviously the suicide rate in Japan is like ridiculous, with COVID and everything else. But they actually have a Japanese term for people who commit suicide because they're so overworked. It's called karoshi. So when somebody commits karoshi, they're just so stressed with the job. They have nothing left going for them. They're just like, I got to get out. They come in the building top and jump. Patriot Fever says, the problem with desalination for Cali is 1 acre inch of water is 27,000 gallons. Well, if you have 20 desalination plants that are able to feed a whole bunch of people, you're taking that draw off the main drag and you're supplanting it and helping the process. And yeah, it's just an absolutely insane amount of water goes, on the ground for like rain and what have you. Just ridiculous amounts of water. Let's see. Scrolly. I cannot take that one off of Gab and put it on Facebook or YouTube. I probably can put it on YouTube. I cannot put it on Facebook. It is guaranteed to get me at least a 30-day, if not more. But let's just say it's really, really just to Mark Zuckerberg. Really slap. That one either. With the that Pelosi's drowning. What do you do? Yeah, I can't bring that one out. Okay, here was the statement from Joe Kaka about F-15s and nukes. Those who say the blood of liberty, the blood of patriots, and all this stuff about how we're going to have to move against the government. Well, the tree of liberty is not watered with the blood of patriots. What happened is there's never been, if you want to think you need weapons to take on the government, you need F-15s and maybe some nuclear weapons. The point is, there's always been an ability to radically limit the type of weapon that can be owned and who own it. I don't think I've ever seen that part there. Let's just make sure that Joe is correct. And I'm actually going to read it just to make sure I'm squared away here. What exactly does the Second Amendment say? The Second Amendment says this exactly. A well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of the free state, the right of people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. I'm feeling pretty damn infringed right about now. Now, what they meant, and I'm going to break this down for you, and it's been raked over the coals a million times. The well-regulated militia part. The militia comprises the population of the United States from age 17 to age 65, I think it was, or 62, because people didn't live that long back then. So anyway, anybody of those ages were seen as potential members of the militia to fight and free the nation in time of trouble. This is an orange. You can see why he's an orange because, well, he's orange. So anyway, that regulated part means essentially that everybody would have the ability to fight for freedom for the nation utilizing the same type of armament as the federal government. So having the federal government arms style weapons at the time was a musket. But rapid fire weapons were actually around back then. Multiplicity of rounds being fired were around back then. You could even say that they had the forerunners of machine guns back then with the primitive technology that they were working with and the ability to make stuff pretty much with this versus like milling machines and CNC machines and all that amazing technology that we have nowadays that makes stuff just put in a block of steel and take out something that's finished. So what they mean by this, and I will break it down for you very simply put, a well-regulated militia. Translation, we have the exact same arms as the government available to us, unregulated in any way, shape, or form for us to be able to defend the homeland or if a tyrannical government takes place and the government needs to be overthrown, the means to do so is at hand at all times. Now, necessary to the security of a free state. That part of it, I think I pretty much just explained. A free state, not a government-run enterprise where everybody basically has to suck up to the government and go, oh, Mr. Government, please give me some nickels and dimes so I can scratch out, some form of existence. That is not what they mean. A free state is more of a libertarian enterprise and much more of a Jeffersonian model of life in these United States. Not some bastardization where you have a whole bunch of control freak assholes in Washington writing a bazillion laws, then controlling every nuance of your very existence. That is not how it's supposed to work. The right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. That's it. Plain and simple. The right of the people. And that is the citizenry of this United States, unrestricted by the government in any way, shape, and form. Well, you might have nuclear weapons. Dude, why would you want to carry around a 7,000-pound projectile just to go, okay, I'm going to blow this up. And oh, yeah, if I set it off and I'm not 30 miles away, I'm toast. Think logically. Nobody really wants to have nuclear weapons in the first place. One, they're expensive. Two, they're kind of like a grenade that you just dropped into a pile of people all going, oh, crap, that's a grenade. And you got no time to react. Nuclear weapons are really the game of the governments. They're not the game of people. People wouldn't want nuclear weapons. Well, you might want to have machine guns. Dude, I know people have machine guns, okay? They're not running around creating mayhem and all kinds of other stupid stuff because they want to keep their machine guns. Obviously, they don't want to go around and run around society making problems because they want to keep their stuff. Bad guys don't care about laws. Bad guys really don't care about gun laws. That's why they're bad guys. So ignorant in the liberal side of things. But it's for a reason. They want to disarm citizenry so they can have ultimate control. You have to remember the way it works is if you have guns and you have the ability in which to resist the government goes, no, this is going to be really damn costly to try to send you guys out to try to basically fix this thing. It's going to be a problem. Look at the Bundy Ranch. Those guys were looking at a bunch of overpasses with like about 60 to 90 people on board, all pointing weapons in their direction saying, you will not pass. And the government backed down. Immediately, the government backed down because they knew they're going to get their asses shot off and they're going to get their asses whipped. That is security that the government does not like. Let's see. Scroll. I don't know if you guys have heard about it or not, but you really, and I posted links on Gab, posted links on Facebook. I could post a link here in the room if you wish me to. But David Waco murdering asshole Chipman does not need to be the anti-gun piece of crap running the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms in any way, shape, or form. He needs to be unceremoniously kicked to the curb and told, don't you ever even think that you have an opportunity to try to take away the inalienable rights of the United States citizenry. Don't even think about it. So if you have an opportunity to do that, it is going to be act.nra.org/actions/campaigns. And I think it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But I got the links in there. I can throw the link in the room if you guys wish me to. And truthfully, dude really does not need to be that guy running the BATF. The BATF needs truthfully, the BATF needs to be disbanded and they need to be incorporated into the FBI, and they need to get away from the NFA because they are not the guys to run the BATF. They're just not. Let's see. Scroll. Can't run that one. Can't run that one. Can't run that one. Can't run that one. I got a bunch of stuff in here. I cannot take out. I just can't. Hope you guys had a good 4th. I don't know if you guys saw this one or not, but this one was distinctly just absolutely disgusting. It was an Instagram post of a guy running one of those boards that basically has like the wing underneath and it stays above the waves. So basically you're like surfing above the surface of the waves. It's almost like a what do they call those things? The ships that basically had like the arms that go underneath and there's like wings. So basically most of the boat is out of the water and it's just barely skimming the surface of the waves. And it's kind of one of those things. I forget what they're called. It's not a hoverboard. It's not an air cushion vehicle. It's literally just a small section of like wing surface underneath the water that is keeping you above. A hydrofoil, exactly. Thank you, Curious Entertainment. It's a hydrofoil. So he's on a hydrofoil surfboard, and it's Zuckerberg's face kind of just really dirtily imposed over the guy who's actually driving that thing, and the guy is holding a flag up, an American flag, and he's like riding on the board. Well, Zuckerberg had the thing redone, so his face is on the guy holding an American flag for the 4th. Immediately, somebody took that picture and tweaked it so he was holding the flag of Hamas. or some other terrorist organization. I forget which one it is, but the we screw goats guys. So anyway, he basically has got that that picture video. It's a video on Instagram, and it looks really sketch. It looks like he basically paid somebody about $5 to tweak his face on there. It looks really, really cruddy. But anyway, I went on there immediately, and I have an Instagram account. I don't really ever post on there, but I had to comment on there, and I don't care if I got a 30-day on there. As a matter of fact, I'd be laughing my ass off if I did. But I put a comment on there, and I said, yeah, this is what we really saw with your lame-ass Instagram post there. You're blanking commie POS. And it was the picture of them holding the terrorist flag as opposed to the American flag. If there's anybody more un-American than Mark Zuckerberg, I've yet to see them. Well, Benedict Arnold was a Brit. Tokyo Rose was bad news, and I think she was Chinese or Japanese or something. I don't know, but there's a lot of like subterfuge that could be said for him trying to say, I'm the proud American holding up the flag. All I gotta say is anytime he does anything like that, the internet savages him righteously. And it's truly something that needs to have happen. Curious Entertainment, appreciate you coming on by, dude. Would A&T be better with the FDA and oh jeez. Yeah, the FDA would be funny with the BATF. That you're regulating cows now. What? We do guns. No, you don't. No, you don't do guns anymore. You don't do guns anymore. We think you're a bunch of bubbas who can't do it right. So we, in our infinite wisdom, have disarmed you. Oh man, that's some funny shit, isn't it? Let's see. This one, I don't know if you guys heard about this one yesterday. I posted it up on Facebook, but supposedly this is coming from ammoland.com. Wow, and wow some more. Supposedly, the ATF has dishonesty in responding to FOIA requests, which would be a Freedom of Information Act request. Basically, like, dude, you work for us, you give us the information, or else we sue you and get it anyway? Yeah. Supposedly, new evidence shows the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms and Explosives, ATF, no, it's BAT F Troop, is lying to journalists. Lying to journalists, lawyers, the public, and their own Freedom of Information Act department. Woo, that's not good. Earlier in the year, MLN has obtained inside information from a source and a copy of notes from the Director of Industry Operations, DO, conference call to the ATF employees on temporary detail to the NFA, National Firearms Act division, were not hitting target metrics. The NFA division responsible for processing and approving tax stamps, processing NFA transfers, and adding new items to the NFA registry. The exact metrics were not revealed on the call. Interesting. On behalf, on March 1, 2021, the guy's attorney, Stephen Stambouli, filed a FOIA request to get the exact metrics that the ATF uses for NFA division. At the same time, another attorney filed a FOIA request to get the DO notes from the call in question. AMOLAND News has leaked version of the notes, so this request would show what the ATF would redact from the document. Interesting. The FOIA department responded that FOIA request stating that the NFA division reported it did not have metrics. Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does. So Stambouli, or whatever, it's kind of a strange name, but Stambouli responded back to the FOIA department that we actually already knew that these metrics existed because inside the ATF information from the DO conference call, he quoted directly from the notes and asked the FOIA department to go back to the NFA division and ask for the metrics again. The request to double was granted. A few days later, the ATF's FOIA department returned a request that Mr. Olson submitted for the DIA conference call notes. The ATF must not have been aware of Mr. Olson's connection to me or the AMOLAND new article about the leaked conference call because they provided a redacted version of the DIA conference call notes. Oops. Someone at the ATF redacted a portion of the notes regarding the NFA division metrics. This redaction was only days after my other FOIA request was returned with no results found. They're not smart in the ATF. They're just not, okay? They are not bright individuals. They're duplicitous. They're sneaky. They're swarmy. I could say quite a few more 7 dirty words that would really truly describe them thusly, but smart is not one of them. The ATF exempted the portion of the FOIA request dealing with the failure to hit targets of the failure to hit targets of the employees on temporary detail to the NFA division. Someone at the ATF redacted a section of the DO conference call. The ATF said they redacted the information because revealing it would, I love this, would disclose techniques and procedures for enforcement, investigations, or prosecutions if such disclosure could be reasonably expected to risk circumvention of the law. No, it really would just make you guys look bad, okay? Let's be very honest here. You use cute little language to try to make yourselves look better, even though you got caught with your pants down peeing in the garden. The redacted information does not deal with, quote, enforcement investigations or prosecutions, quote, end quote. There's no risk of disclosing metrics or processing tax stamps that can be used to circumvent the law. It seems that the ATF does not want the public to know the NFA division metrics and chose to mislead the FOA, the FOIA requesters about the existence of metrics in question. Interesting. Furthermore, we believe that the ATF's FOIA department was not involved in the cover-up of the existence of the metrics. The FOIA department requests for the information from the department in question on behalf of the requester, and then it relays back to the requester. The department's job is to act as a single point of contact for the public. They do not get to decide what department hands over. Ooh, interesting. It isn't clear why the ATF chose to be dishonest about the existence of the NFA department metrics, but it does call into question the honesty of other redactions and FOIA requests. You guys are a bunch of damnable morons. You just put a fire under your own asses. Now, in a perfect world, and in a place where you definitely have, justifiably good representation in both houses, potentially it would blow up in your face. Considering there's a bunch of, shuck and jive Democrats running the place right now, it's probably going to slide for the moment. I don't think it's going to run that good for you long haul, though. I think it's going to blow up in your faces with a spectacular boom. Holy crap. Just when you think these guys can't get any stupider, they double down. They doubled down on stupid. How the hell do you say something dumbass like that, and then you compound it by saying, well, that information that you got is all the information, and you didn't know that there was like a full conversation that was like basically like pretty much written down somewhere where you could go, hey, that part you just sent us, that's this part and that part, this part in the middle is missing, and we already got that. Holy crap. Patriot Fever says, dude, can you share your meme generator? Well, truthfully, the meme generator is me. I mean, I'll go to some place and I'll find a picture and I'll hack chop it to my own devices. Sometimes I'll use the meme maker websites, and then there's some tricks that you can do once you get them to generate the picture to make it more personally. Yeah, I'm really my own meme generator. I mean, that's pretty much it. But if you go to the meme websites where you find a picture and then you put in the text and then you adjust what the text is in the box on the picture, that's one of them. And that's me being me and tweaking and tuning stuff. Sometimes I'll put my own font in an existing picture. Sometimes I'll tweak a picture and put different devices in there. Sometimes I'll add things to do it and have fun with it. If you look at my timeline on Facebook, or if you look at the stuff that I do on Gab, it's about 75% me and 25% stuff that I thought was hilarious and I just cut and paste. Patriot Fever. But do you want them to regulate farting? Well, no, but that's absolutely still the ultimate free speech. Still, I heard about one. I heard about one time where a guy was being arrested. Right, so the cops patting him down. Hang on a second, sound guy. I got this. The cops patting the guy down, and he's patting him down. He's patting him down. He's like, "All right, you got nothing here, nothing here, nothing here," and he basically gets down about face level to butt level, and dude just blasted him. I mean, absolutely just blasted him square in the face. So the cop tried to stick the guy with an assault charge because he farted on him. And so it went to court. And there's now a precedent. Farting on a cop when a cop is arresting you is not an assault charge. So you can fart on the cop all you want to, and the cop can't do bloody damn anything about it. And so deal with it. So, yeah, you can blast the cop in his face if you want to as he's patting you down, gets down about ass level, you just honk one at him. Of course, it could be said that the ultimate revenge for somebody that is giving you dirty looks in the elevator is basically blasting one off and just going, oh, yeah, I feel so much better. How about you? Do you feel better now? or crop dusting again. A grocery store is just classic fun. You just walk down the aisle, you've been holding it off for a while, and now you're like, guess what? It's time to express and relieve pressure. I've had more than a few times where somebody walks in the aisle after I've crop dusted it. They walk in, I'm the next aisle over, and I'm hearing, ew, what is, somebody did something here. Yes, it's free entertainment. It's juvenile, but it's free. Let's see. Scroll. I don't know if you guys heard about this or not, but for the first time ever, ICE officials and local sheriffs are suing Joe. That's right. They are suing Joe. That's right. That's right. Joe Kaka is being sued. They claim the Biden administration, quote, willfully violated 3 different federal statutes, end quote. The plaintiffs claim that Biden policies are stopping border officials and law enforcement from doing their job, and American citizens are in great danger. This comes from, again, Patriot Journal. So let me find myself my link here. So for the minute Joe Biden entered the White House, the southern border was a concern. Many border officials and southern state leaders are worried that Biden would erase Trump's stricter policies. And that's exactly what happened. Now, more than 6 months later, DHS, Department of Human Services statistics show surges in foreign travel crossers Foreign traveler crossings. I can't talk today. Foreign travelers crossing the border in record encounters for law enforcement. This resulted in the first ever legal action, and it's one the president cannot ignore. Wow. They've been begging Washington for assistance. They reportedly received very little help. As a result, other states have volunteered to send law enforcement personnel to the border, like Florida. That's right. DeSantis said, I'm sending you some cops. Go kick some ass. They say ditching Trump's border policy was a big mistake. They're now seeing the results of the mistake in the form of disturbing migration numbers across the board. But the Biden administration lax approach might be more than just political. It might be against the law. So anyway, the federal district courthouse in Galveston, Texas, a lawsuit was filed by a group of Texas sheriffs and counties, along with an association of ICE officers, against President Biden and the leadership of the Department of Homeland Security. Department of Homeland Security. Ooh, that's even better. This extraordinary action was driven by the extraordinary consequences of Biden's immigration policies. The crux of the case hinges on one point. ICE officials and sheriffs claim the Biden administration, quote, willfully violated 3 different federal statutes. These statutes require that unregistered foreigners must be detained and removed from the United States. Back on February 18, boss Alejandro Mayorkas issued an order that effectively prevented this from happening. But the plaintiffs claim this violates federal law. This complaint adds that the ICE officials have asked for permission to nab dangerous undocumented individuals, but have been refused by their superiors due to Biden's new policies. The crimes in question are severe. They include everything from rape to various forms of assault and drug dealing. Okay, also you got to worry about the coyotes. You know, there's all kinds of other stuff going on the borders, fentanyl, other drugs going across. Oh, who knows what kind of firearms are going back and forth across the border? Yeah. The whole Fast and Furious thing? Yeah. That was actually killed by one of those guns. So, Obama/Biden, they were gun runners. Anyway, cut on a 10 o'clock time period. Let me see what else I got in the stack of stuff here. Let's see. Joe Kaka. Let's see what else I got here. What else I got? I got one more good one, and I'm going to throw that out there, and I'll be done. Let's see what I got here. This one is an awesome. I mean, one of the guys that I follow on Gab.com, this guy pulls out some epic stuff, man. One of the quotes he had was from Thomas Jefferson to B.S. Barton, dating from 1815. It says this most succinctly, quote, I have come to the resolution that myself, as I hope every good citizen will, never again to purchase any article of foreign manufacture, which can be had of American make, be the difference of price what it may. Translation. If you're buying something cheap from overseas, you're not helping the nation. Buy stuff made here, okay? And I've tried to do that on my own as much as possible, mostly because Chinese stuff is made out of Chinesium. It's Chi-Com crap, okay? So I'm going to bring up this one, folks. I appreciate your kind attention. You guys hanging out with me tonight. And remember, there is no regulation on farting. So strike a blow for freedom. All right, folks, I'm going to break up this one. Eco Cape Ring, as always, you know it. You love it. Of course, you see me here on 80s Podcast channel on YouTube. It will be posting up, hopefully, within about a day or so on Facebook. And, of course, I will fix the sound. So don't even worry about that one, folks. Good to go and good stuff like that there. And I'll catch you guys later. And break up on this one. Have a good week. And hopefully, I think I got another video in the cam I'm going to be posting up. So should be other content coming up on the podcast. And I do mean like video options, not just me podcasting. Okay. Appreciate your kind of attention. I'm going to break off on this one. And CLUS, appreciate you hanging out with me tonight, dude. And everybody else that's not in the room, you can come in the room and make comments, or you can just hang out and watch. That's cool. Get a gold star for attendance either way. I appreciate your kind of attention. You guys hanging out with me. And I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. I know you have many other things to do on a Tuesday, but you guys hung out with me. So I'll catch you guys later and have a good night. See you guys.